Here's how it is. The nation got used up. So we moved out and terraformed a whole new galaxy of gaming. Some rich and flush with new technologies, some not so much. The central consoles, them's formed the Nintendos, waged wars to bring everyone under their rule. A few idiots tried to fight it, among them Sega! I'm NoseDive, founder of the guild. She's a gaming group, Firefly class. Got a good crew, streamers, reviewers, gamers. We even picked up a podcast for some reason. And a bona fide companion cube. There's a dungeon master too. Took his genius party out of some alliance camp, so they're keeping a low profile. You understand. You got a game? We can play it. Don't much care what it is. Ah yes, Firefly. I've been waiting for this one. The TV series was a cult classic, yet short-lived. It heavily featured elements of adventure with splashes of drama, horror, and comedy. It had that unique feel to it, like if Blondie took the place of Han Solo in Star Wars. It was Joss Whedon's breakout project, and it starred the likes of Nathan Fillion, Alan Tudyk, Marina Baccarin, and other colorful characters on the path to survival and redemption.
So what went wrong? I mean, the show was doomed from the start. It was given a horrible time slot, and it premiered episodes out of order while airing them weeks apart. The network ended up canceling the series mid-season, which left die-hard fans with the feeling of loss and suspense to the max. However, years later, fan support revived the series with a feature-length motion picture film which continued where the series left off. It was alright.
So what would you do with a dormant TV space drama from the early 2000s? Why, you make a survival game, of course. Immerse yourself in the settings of bounty hunters on the edge of isolation and starvation. Sounds fun, right? Well, here we go. Firefly was made by Gale Force 9. These guys seem to like television a lot. They have made games for Star Trek, Doctor Who, Sons of Anarchy, and even Family Guy. Man, copyright must be a bitch for these guys. Anyways, back to the game. You start out by sorting out a dozen different card decks. Yeah, I'm serious. This game has 14 different card decks. 14! You think they went overkill? Just a bit? You set the Alliance and the Reavers and the Nav decks. These cards determine the movement of the Alliance cruiser and the Reaver cutter. The cruiser always begins in Londinium, and the cutter just sits in the corner for now. Then you pick your ship and your captain. If you're wanting a bit of diversity, well, you'll be disappointed. Every ship is a Firefly class. Now I understand that the other ships haven't been explored in the universe and that the game itself is based on the crew of Serenity, but even at that, couldn't we just get a little bit of freedoms taken here? Along with the captain card, you also get a standard drive core card. This determines how far you can travel when you burn fuel, and yes, every starting core is only 5 spaces. Then you pick an overall goal for the players to achieve. Most of these goals have 3 different stages, and most of those stages will take forever to complete. Whomever achieves these goals first wins the game. Each player starts out with 6 fuel cards, 2 part cards, and 3,000 credits or Monopoly money. You can stash these in your ship. These cards are narrow enough that you can put 2 cards in one space, whereas passengers and cargoes need a whole space worth of space to travel through space on your spacecraft. Next, you choose your starting jobs. You take a card from each contact deck, then choose 3 cards to start. These cards have a pickup spot, a drop-off spot, a paycheck, requirements, and job type. All of these elements determine the way you should approach the job, who to take, what to give them. You get the idea. Before you begin the game, you need to prime the pump. You set the supply cards indicated by their shop locations, then you discard the top 3. You can actually take these cards if you resupply there, so pay attention to what is at every location. So once you finally get the game set up, you decide who goes first. Give them Wash's dinosaur, then decide which of the 4 actions you want to take. You can fly by burning fuel. You move the set amount of spaces that your drive core allows, but be careful. Every time you move into a new space, you draw a nav card. Alliance if you're in the Halo, or Reaver if you're in the Outer Rims. But be careful. If you're caught by the Alliance, you lose all of your illegal goods and you risk losing your more interesting crew. Reavers will outright kill you, so watch out. You can buy supplies and crewmates from the supply cards, considering if you're actually on the planets where those shops are on. Remember to check the pump. Yeah, you know what I mean. You can also draw contact cards if you're in the same sector as a contact. You can also choose to work these jobs at the pickup spots. These can vary from picking up passengers or cargo to misbehaving, where you draw and complete a task from the misbehaving deck. The game itself is stuffed full of pictures and shots from the series. Almost every character is here, no matter how insignificant they were. You can also use items like the Crybaby, Jane's hat, and other makeshift weapons. It feels like you're actually trying to survive in the universe of Firefly. The possibility of running out of fuel gives you a realistic anxiety of drifting through the Big Black. All while dealing with crewmates who have different motives and features. It meets the requirements of a pretty good survival strategy game. On the other hand, this game is long. The objectives you have to complete can take forever, and to win the game, you have to achieve more than one from different contacts. By themselves, it isn't bad, but it definitely slows the game down.
However, that's a small oversight. The game itself takes us back to the year 2002, a simpler time, where dreams of adventure and space voyage consisted more than just Captain Kirking your way through the final frontier.
Would I recommend it though? Definitely. We may never get another season of Firefly, but at least this will never take the sky from us.
I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out to the black. Tell them I ain't coming back. Burn the land and boil the sea. You can't take the sky from me. There's no place I can be since I found serenity. But you can't take the sky from me.